It's very easy for most of us to diagnose a problem and point accusing fingers. We're often too quick to lay the blame at the doorsteps of others and to find excuses to justify our apathy. But these brave men and women have chosen a focus on the promise of a better day. They open doors, give hope to the hopeless, a voice to the voiceless, and life to the lifeless. This is the MTN Heroes of Change, brought to you by the MTN Ghana Foundation. MTN Heroes of Change is a program dedicated to celebrating individuals across Ghana who are showing that change is possible, and to acknowledge them for their tremendous work. We'll be giving them the opportunity to access up to 50,000 cedis as the ultimate prize. MTN Heroes of Change celebrates people's contributions in the areas of community crusading, health, economic empowerment, social protection, environment, and education. Each category winner, selected by our jury, will be given 10,000 cedis in support of their work. In our very first story for today, we meet Reverend Father Andrew Campbell, who finds himself among a group of people with a long history of rejection. Father Campbell comes in to show that where there's love, there's no fear.
My name is Emmanuel J.A. Fiagbano. I belong to ICGC. That's where I worship. We went to do some donation at the Weija Leprosarium, and that's how come I got to know, the extent of work that he's doing over there. I was mostly touched because of the way he cared about these people, he cares for these people. I never would have thought that I could touch a leper, but Father Campbell made it possible for me to touch a leper. I touched the finger of a leper, and I felt how it is. And from there, I realized how special it is to love people. To me, Father Andrew Campbell is a hero, and I believe he's a hero of many Ghanaians as well. That is why I believe he deserves the Maiden MTN Heroes of Change Awards.
My name is Father Andrew Nilante Campbell. So it was one time when I was at the cathedral and one of the lepers brought me a bag of mangoes. And to get it from a leper, I was afraid. And I gave the mangoes away quickly because I thought maybe I'd get leprosy. That's how ignorant I was. So I decided to follow up. And I came out here, and things were really bad then. This is going back 1974, 73, 74. Things were really, really bad here. And I felt these people need help. In the 1940s, there was pressure from the inhabitants of Jomo. That's where the Labadi hospital is now. And the lepers were there. So there was pressure from them that they should leave that area. And there was one English doctor by the name of Dr. McCarthy, and he was in charge of the lepers. So he decided to move them, and they had land in Cape Coast. But according to the Ga tradition, a leper is not allowed to cross the river on the way to Cape Coast. So Dr. McCarthy, an English doctor, he got land before the Denso River, which is at Weija, and that's where they settled.
Nancy, I medium female son, Penna me mammy, oh we. Ain't menena, Anna or share me. Tida will go school. Anna or share me, young cock, Namen Cochile wooding. You could do sad then all year, men, at least I met Tom anymore, says. I do miss not teacher is catching a man and I say, oh, near me. I say, Yara Medeva sang Quada.
Within the John Ampa, me school no, I was Ghana Ham called Nigeria. Me a visual art, and the horror called Beer, Jumana Mayer, and the dark mean to me who I say, Bibi Abu Bombing Husa. yɛmpanyin Father Campbell ɔsoma sɛ yɛmfrɛ me mmra nti with talent we no ɔso mede tena Volta hɔ na ebia nkɔyɛ yɛ nti me mmra Accra wɔ ne hɔ.
He has shown the love, the greatest love that can be given to anybody. He is trying to give hope to the hopeless. As such, they don't lack anything.
Over the years, I've seen many more people coming here and helping us. Ghanaians have been very generous. We've been able to do a lot of work, putting up the new center, putting up a clinic for them, and doing their rooms, and we're still doing a lot more to make them comfortable, so this is their home. All those who've been here for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years, how can they go back to their home? The society will not accept them. This is the biggest problem we have. Another problem we have is with the families. Some families are good. Some of the children of the leprosy visit them and help them, but most of them don't. They'll only help them when they die. And even then we have to pay for their coffin and pay for the funeral expenses. We've been sustaining Wager Leprosarium through help from friends and donors and others. We go out begging, we go out asking for people, and when people find out about this place, then they give me money for here. They're very generous.
My name is Martin Tando, a member of the Leprosy Committee. That was an organization that was formed about 23 years ago by Reverend Father Campbell to help the killed lepers in Ghana. We support them financially. We also support them by educating the public that leprosy is curable and that when you get it, you have and you report it, you have about 3 months. Now it's just like having a headache. So it's not like what people see them as neglected. So these days you realize that people are coming to visit them, unlike before that people come here. Sometimes we also work as pressure groups. For example, when during giving any money, we pressurize the government to start giving them this LEAP program, which the late Courage Kashiga started giving them some money. And then later, with pressure, it was increased to 26 pesos. And now, finally, it's now about 80 pesos a day, though it's not enough.
I see these people as special people. I see them as God's children. I see them as people who need help, they need love, they need care. I'm involved in the Children's Hospital, Princess Marie Louise Children's Hospital. It's my life. My life is to love people, to help people, to give them hope. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged.
Onwa no boyen eye bibia mini mire ene me ma tre sikamu aduamu bribiam se ni ye ni buhwene kura anka onkura msa min tumi nana se bo asase su yankobon obetima da na se am.
My vision is to make them happy here. It's not their fault they got leprosy. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. Why should we treat them like this? Why should we look down on them? So I want to give them hope, make sure they're well taken care of, that they are not hungry. They get the best of medical treatment, and that we treat them with dignity and with love.
A person with a big heart to leave his comfort zone and venture wholeheartedly into a world most people would rather avoid. We celebrate Father Campbell, a true hero of change. As part of MTN's corporate social responsibility, MTN Ghana Foundation has over the last 6 years invested over 13 million cedis in developmental projects across Ghana. Today, we journey to Congo in the Upper East region to take a look at one of them.
Wherever you go in Ghana, there's an MTN Foundation project making a difference in the lives of the people. Here is one such story.
First, when she doesn't know the clinic, there's Ayamfoya clinic. She used to put car bed and travel her face around her. She doesn't attend any clinic. That yesterday that the child started vomiting and then the body was warm. And he went to work and he thought that it would get better, but it doesn't get better.
My name is Thomas Mo. The local people here call me T. So most of the time you hear them say Dr. T. I'm a nursing tutor by profession, and I worked at Ankafo Psychiatric Hospital as a nursing tutor at the Nurses Training College there for some time before I went to Nigeria and came back in 1990. When I arrived and people heard that I was once working in the hospital before, they started reporting at my family house for health care. At times by 5:30, when my old man gets out of the house to open the gate, he see a lot of people in front of the house. And if he asks them what they are looking for, they said they are coming for health care. Then I thought I should do something about it. And within 3 months, we moved out of the family house to some of the market stores. There were 3 market stores that I had from my mother, and I was using them as the clinic. Then we worked there for about 2 years. For 1992, the following year, 1992, we moved to where we are having this interview. There were 2 3-bedroom structures. One was roofed with grass, one was roofed with zinc, but all built with mud. But it was still much better. Then that's how the clinic started to grow. It wasn't still the best, but it was only better than what it was before, that time. And that was the year 1991. Then I went and applied to the Ministry of Health, and they granted me the license to operate. Though they knew that I didn't meet the real criteria for a clinic, but it was far better than they are just having nothing.
She went to fetch water and fell. She fell and sat down in the bucket, hit her leg. That made her to come to the clinic. That she started her journey early in the morning because she can't walk. The place too is far. So she walked slowly by slowly, small. And then she will still walk like that and go back to the house.
Except the Presbyterian sisters who came to Nangodi once in a month to give immunization to children, there was no health care of any kind. Patients who had injuries and they had to be doing daily dressing had to go to Bolga on daily basis for the dressing. So this was a real relief when I started, and you can see that the numbers started increasing. It was 25th December 1994. There was an emergency case, so the nurse sent for me. I was riding a motorbike. I was in front and an articulated truck was behind me. As I curved and I was descending on the gutter to climb to the clinic, the articulated truck also got down to the gutter, hit me and threw me across to the roadside. And fortunately for me, it tried to move back to the road and the engine ceased. Then it got up and was run away. That is how it was. Then they took me to the regional hospital. I was there for 11 days. Eventually, I was transferred to Kofodua St. Joseph Hospital. And I had the 2 legs all amputated above the knees.
I'm Bibiana Anati, a retired principal nursing officer, and I'm the matron for Ayamfoya Memorial Clinic.
My name is Veronica Isifu. I'm the midwife in the Ayamfoya Memorial Clinic. At first, we did deliveries, family planning, antenatal, as well as consultation in just one room.
At the beginning, it was a little bit difficult because it is a rural area. You can't get financial assistance from anybody. You get to the bank, they ask whether your clinic has papers, and there's no document to the fact. Well, not a single house in the rural area has papers. So it was difficult, you couldn't get loans, and it became a very difficult situation. I applied to MTN Foundation for assistance. And they came, they surveyed the place, and they were very satisfied. And they thought that no, a rural clinic doing very well with so many patients, because at the moment the clinic contributes about 25% of all OPD cases in the Nabdan district, and even when we're under Tansi Nabdan, it's contributed 25%. So it had been the highest attended clinic in this part of the area, our communities. And so they thought that no, they should absolutely be able to help. So they told me to list areas that needed help. And I mentioned a wall around the clinic. I also mentioned that I have no administrative block. A big clinic like this, all my files, everything I have is in my consulting room. So at times, even when you get visitors, you want to do administrative work, you have to stop patients before you do those things. But if I had a block where at least the matron will be housed there, I also will house there, it will help.
We are lucky to get a help from MTN, which will help us boost our outpatients coverage. Everybody wants to come and see what MTN has done for us. We have the modern building, so they are happy to come and take services from us.
Building that has been put up by MTN has really come to help us, relieve us from congestion and so many other problems that we used to face when we wanted to do our work.
Anytime she gets treatment, she becomes well, and then anytime she is sick, she comes back again for another treatment.
Since its establishment in 2007, the MTN Ghana Foundation has led the way in corporate social investments in Ghana. The foundation has to date spent over 13 million Ghana cedis on social development initiatives in various communities across the 10 regions of Ghana, enriching lives and making a difference.
You're watching the MTN Heroes of Change. Auntie Lily, as she's affectionately called, was young, vibrant, and full of life. Everything was going according to plan until she woke up one day in the hospital. It was a miracle she even survived. But ever since, she's been performing miracles in the lives of many children.
I'm Christopher Ousu. Currently, I'm a pressman, stayed in Kumasi. I met Miss Lily Minta somewhere around 2010. That was when she was organizing a reading competition here in Tema. The very first day that I set my eyes on Miss Lily Minta, actually I became very, very sad. I told myself, if a person of that nature could set up something like this just to help the community, how much more me, myself? So it was a great challenge to me. Since I was a child, it is my aim to also put same smile in front of kids or people, anybody at all. So I nominated her because I think seriously that if she get a little push, definitely there are many, many students or children out there who need more help from her.
My name is Lily Ekuyaminta. I live in Tema. I was going to work on the 21st October 1998. I don't remember what happened again. The next thing I remembered, I was in the hospital and asked what had happened, and I was told I was involved in an accident. I worked with American Field Service. I was in charge of organizing voluntary work for teenagers between 18 and 25 to do community service in various NGOs in Ghana.
She was somebody who was assertive. She was very friendly as well and wants to, help people.
During the time that I was at home,
Lily was actually fixed. She was always crying and all that.
I was wondering what I was going to do since I couldn't move about like I used to. And through meditation and consultation with friends, we decided to set up the Share Foundation. I chose the foundation to take care of needy but brilliant children because I thought children have a lot of potential, and given the right channel, they could develop their full potential and then achieve whatever they wanted to achieve in life. In September 2005, that is when we fully launched the Share Foundation at Temamanhiam. So we started by giving 20 scholarships to these children. We paid the school fees fully. We supported by giving them education materials, their uniform, their school sandals, and everything that they needed to stay in school.
I'm called Shai Matanawi. I work with my sister who is the fishmonger. I help her to smoke fish. So through the helping, I get my food and those things, but it was a little bit tedious. Sometimes I miss school because of the work.
Me di Felicia, me bani Jonathan Bansa. Me papa wu ejam. Na enyoma nko ye kura me ho abrabo no so. Na sika ni ho a me di betua ni school fees. Eto de bi kura nia obedi kura be ko school kura na eden. Nti me ma adwen say school no onko bio. Ontenase.
It was very painful. Sometimes I'll be at home then crying. Then I'll tell my mom that when will you go to school? And my mom will tell me that, oh, don't worry, I'll go and look for mine, then you go to school.
Ibani go school na hame. If you say na minye emwabi mfiri bebia, anti na ye me dadwen pa. Anti na ye me mpa ebo say Nyankopon bie kwan bi mfa bebi. Say na be ya akora no so betumi akọ school na ne da ache. Aye yi ama no.
We went to all the public schools in Newtown. We liaised with the teachers there, and they were able to give us a list of the pupils who were very needy and then brilliant. And since then, we have been doing the award of scholarships every September.
I'm Francis Lumovidugbe. Currently, I am the head teacher of the Republic Road Junior High School. I encountered Madam Lily somewhere in 2004-2005. I realized that most of the children, especially during the weekend, they just roam about and those things. So she decided that she would like to build a library. And so every Saturday, most of the children in the community have been coming here to read.
So we have the scholarship for the needy but brilliant students. We started from JHS, but now we have moved to primary to tertiary level. Most of our staff are volunteers. They are not paid. They do voluntary work, and those are the people who have been doing a lot of the administrative work and then running around for me. We get support from individuals, friends, church members, classmates, and some organizations. Some of the challenges that we have encountered are lack of parental support. You sometimes invite the parents to come and then have a discussion with you, and then they are not interested. It's more like you have decided to take it up on you to take care of their children, so they are not showing keen interest in their child's support. Sometimes we have to hold on various things that we have planned for the children. We're not able to do them because of lack of funding. We supported 255 children so far from JHS. I've seen some of them graduating successfully from SHS. And I have one boy who is now in Polytechnic. Some of them are in the universities.
Madam no ba ya kwan mu obo ayan no. Mitumi hu say onamane ni gi. Ntama me so mani gi. Mitumi kura de hohwa me hu say nyame adom bia me so me be ko dunie.
The moment I had a scholarship to become part of the Share Foundation Club, they gave me school bags, textbook, dictionaries, shoe. So when I had those things, I was happy, and then I could see that my academic performance was also good.
Since all the family are behind her, she's more than happy, and she actually feels fulfilled now.
I think growing up, I've always loved children, being around them. I have always worked with children from national service, so it's something that it has always been there from a very long time.
She now speaks positively, and we don't hear her saying that she wish she's saving gone and all that.
The Bible says that we should let the children come unto Him. So for me, supporting them through the various education and then other aspects, I think I'm doing the work of God. When I look at the boy that we supported from JHS, now in Koforidua Polytechnic, I feel very proud and very content.
Actually, it has changed my life a lot, because those I started with who are now not furthering their education. Some of them are giving birth, and then some of them are living a wretched life. So if Auntie had not come in for me to continue my education, I'm sure I'll be just like them.
If not, I wouldn't know what education is. So I want to use this opportunity to thank her.
These children that I work with, I see them as my own children. I treat them like my children. I correct them, I encourage them, and motivate them. It's my duty to put them on the right path and then to channel their skills and their potential on the positive side. My vision for Share Foundation is to have modern libraries in each of the 10 regions in Ghana, taking care of more children in the tertiary level. Getting more of these children who are talented, who have the potential in tertiary institutions will help me and then make me happier.
Sometimes, life does not give us a lot of options, but we must still make a choice. And I hope that, like Lily, we will always choose never to give up. Today, we celebrate Lily Ekuyaminta and MTN hero Change. Well, I hope you've been inspired to rise to the occasion. You can also contribute your quota and become a hero of change in your community. Next week, we'll be meeting a young lady, Leela McQueen Jabba, who found a great way to keep children of quarry workers busy reading books instead of cracking stones. We'll also see how Amadou Mohammed is preventing young girls from being married off by shaping them to become the leaders of tomorrow. Please share your thoughts and comments on any of our stories on our Facebook and Twitter pages displayed on your screens. MTN Heroes of Change is brought to you by the MTN Ghana Foundation. Thanks for watching.